Welcome back, YouTube family, to Crypto Gaming News Day. In today's episode, there are new updates and a brand new game coming to the Gala Games ecosystem. The current Metaverse interest is low, but large investments are being made for the future of the Metaverse. Epic Games CEO says he will be fighting against top dogs like Apple and Meta for control of the Metaverse and more in this episode. Starting off, the Synergyland team has shared some timeline updates, and if you guys do not know, Synergyland is an upcoming action RPG which is going to be on the blockchain and looks to be extremely fun. And the dev team has been increasing the number of members on the team in the last month. Synergyland announced that the token's release is going to be delayed due to the bear market that we have entered, and they've decided to postpone it until Q3. Currently, they're looking at a launch of the token in August. Personally, I already own over 100 Synergyland NFTs. I'm really excited for this game, and you guys should go check it out. Next up, let's talk about the sponsor of this channel, Gala Games, which I believe is the best crypto gaming ecosystem being created now. They are also really big supporters of on-chain gaming, so thank you, Gala, for being awesome. I just wanted to update you guys on the fact that they have continued paying out the $400 million in prizes from May Mayhem. I believe the first 3 weeks are now paid out to players, and Gala has announced a brand new game pending node vote called Eternal Paradox. In Eternal Paradox, you are going to be training mercenaries, exploring the world, and developing your castle to become the legend that will save us. Eternal Paradox follows the standard 4X basics. 4X just meaning explore, exploit, expand, and exterminate. Think StarCraft or Age of Empires type gameplay. One major difference to this game is the addition of RPG style turn-based combat, and this blend of two genres makes Eternal Paradox especially interesting, and I am really excited to see how they integrate crypto and play to earn into this game as well. Always so many exciting things coming to the Gala Games platform. Next up, we have a couple stories on the waning interest in the Metaverse as we've entered a crypto bear market. A lot less people are searching for Metaverse, but that is not stopping companies from building the future, because I think these companies understand, just like I do and just like you probably do, that the next bull market is going to be an order of magnitude bigger than this last bull market was. All of that said, despite the Metaverse buzz, currently 60% of consumers say that they have zero interest in shopping in the Metaverse. Quote, a new report from Product Sup have surveyed consumers' tastes and expectations when it comes to digital hybrid shopping experiences, with a particular focus on sustainability and the Metaverse. For many companies looking to boost sales in the digital marketplace, the results illustrate an uphill battle. Personally, I think that they're kind of barking up the wrong tree here. The majority of virtual goods, people aren't going to be interested in buying them until there are fun virtual worlds that people want to look cool in. If before League of Legends existed, you surveyed people, how interested are you in buying virtual skins? I'm sure everyone would have said, no, that sounds pretty lame. But after people are spending 5 hours plus a day in League of Legends, that is when people become interested in buying virtual goods for their character, and Riot Games makes so much money on virtual skins. But continuing with the bear market news, Google trend data for NFTs shows global interest has been slashed by 70%. That's right, there are now 70% less searches for non-fungible tokens than there were in January of this year. Quote, in January 2022, the major NFT marketplaces monthly volumes reached an all-time high of $16.5 billion. But in the last days of May, the total monthly volume was approximately $4 billion, equating to a 75% decline from January's volumes. Now let's move on to the big dog in the Metaverse, although personally I think Gala's even a bigger dog, but I'm sure Zuck thinks he's the biggest dog. Meta will continue to invest heavily in the Metaverse ambition, and that will mean losing, quote, significant amounts of money on the projects in the next 3 to 5 years. Quote, the Metaverse, an immense digital world, will eventually make money from a creator economy. as people build businesses selling virtual goods and services. So Zuck seems to be in it for the long haul, just like Gala Games and just like us at On-Chain Gaming. Next, let's talk about South Korea, because they have been and are continuing to bet big on the metaverse. And what they're doing now could provide a blueprint for others. South Korea's investment of about $177.1 million is among the first investments in the nascent industry to be made by a national government and is a cautious first step into the metaverse. It signals an interest in a technology that could take center stage in the coming years. It will, and it could provide a blueprint for others to follow. But there are many issues that South Korea and other governments will have to address when venturing into the metaverse, whether it's using the technology to improve citizen engagement or in deciding the role they will play as regulators of a rapidly expanding technology. Personally, I am all for these governments getting into the metaverse. I think that this is really smart because if you're planning on regulating something, you need to understand how it works. But now let's move on to the sandbox. There's always sandbox news every single week, it seems, but this time sand surged 10% at one point as Elvis was announced to be entering the metaverse. Sandbox announced a collaboration with Elvis On-Chain on May 26th to bring the king of rock and roll to the virtual world. Quote, to celebrate Elvis Presley's birthday, the 1,935 Elvis Genesis key NFTs will be minted as the all-access pass to the Elvis On-Chain metaverse. Honestly, this is just the beginning. I think every single celebrity, dead and alive, will eventually have a presence in the metaverse. This is just the way that things are slowly moving. And as more people enter the metaverse, you better believe more celebrities will follow. And talking about more interesting things entering the metaverse, Screena has released its first movie set in the sandbox and has announced a plan to build a metaverse broadcasting studio. Quote, Screena's vision is to create a watch to earn system and operate a social watching extension for YouTube as a kind of watch party platform in the metaverse. It sounds like a really interesting idea, and I cannot wait to see how it develops. Now let's move to the final piece of news in this week's episode, which is that the epic battle for control of the metaverse is brewing, and it's gonna be massive. Personally, I hope everyone loses, and this can be a decentralized world that the players control. But let's hear what Epic Games has to say about this battle. Quote, Epic Games, the maker of the massively successful game Fortnite, leveraged its 70 million monthly players into an early metaverse proof of concept last year with a series of live concerts, starting with the avatars of Travis Scott and Ariana Grande, which attracted 12.3 million and 27.7 million attendees respectively, and tens of millions of dollars in revenue. And the CEO of Epic told Financial Times on May 26th he has no intention of letting Apple and Google or Meta create a profit and customer access dominating walled garden around the metaverse like they did around smartphones and Facebook. Apple charged 30% fees for payments made through the smartphone app and still do, and Zuckerberg's MetaQuest VR world, a sort of metaverse light, plans to grab up to 47.5% of sales, which we've talked about on this series before. Absolutely ridiculous. So I am all for Epic Games CEO's plan to ensure that Meta and Facebook and Apple and Google cannot create walled gardens so that they are the only ones who can profit off the metaverse. I'm rooting for you, Epic Games. I really do believe there's a great chance that the metaverse can be a far more decentralized platform that players really own, and I think that that would create the best future world for all of us. If you guys enjoyed this episode of On-Chain News, remember to drop a big thumbs up. Make sure to hit subscribe as well so that you do not miss next week's episode and a lot more crypto gaming videos as well. Feel free to click another video on the screen right now, and until next time, have fun roaming the metaverse.